I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly.
As you probably already know, the personal income tax situation here in Dubai is a lot more attractive than, say, the UK and other European countries. But here's the question. Is it worth the squeeze? So in other words, you pay zero personal tax here, but what's the trade-off? Because it can't possibly be free. There has to be a cost to it in some way, shape or form, whether that's indirect or not. So let's jump into some costs. I'm going to be using averages because averages are just broad and you can tailor the number depending on your circumstances. Now let's be clear, I'm going to be looking at this from the perspective of a single person or a couple moving here with no kids. Now we will talk about a couple with kids later on in the video to try and ascertain what is the sweet spot to move here based on your earnings in the UK, assuming you can replicate that here in Dubai. And we're going to be looking at the basics and the basics only. So rent, utilities, medical insurance, and food. We won't include entertainment costs because that is discretionary. You've got more control over that. You can spend more, spend less, depending on where you are. So the basics is what we're going to cover. We'll do this Dubai and UK side by side, juxtaposing the costs. Now let's start with rent in Dubai. So on average, depending on where you live, you're going to be looking at between 7,000 to 10,000 dirhams a month. And again, for a single person or a couple with no kids. In the UK at the moment, the average rent in the UK is around about 1,341 to 2,695, depending on where you live. So obviously the higher amount is in London, right? Now utilities, we call that DIWA here, which will be things like your electricity, your aircon. Here in the UAE, 500 to 1,200 dirhams per month. Now, just for context, we have a one bed. Our DIWA bill is about 300 dirhams roughly per month. And that's pretty low because this time of year, whilst it's hot by UK standards, our aircon isn't going crazy. In the summer months, when we hit, the 40-degree mark, it will increase in terms of the monthly payment because we'll be using more aircon. So we expect that to change. But on average, 500 to 1,200 dirhams per month. In the UK, council tax and energy bill, on average, you're going to be looking between 200 and maybe 350 pounds a month. Now, medical insurance, this is an interesting one. We don't have a free NHS here in the UAE, so you have to pay for an insurance policy to cover your medical needs. Now, whilst it is free in the UK, it's not really free because you pay for the NHS via your national insurance contribution. So I'm going to effectively account for what the average earner on average wages will pay towards national insurance contributions for the NHS in this calculation. Now, in the UAE, in Dubai, an average policy is going to be around about 1,900 dirhams a year, which is 160 dirhams a month. That's if you're healthy, you don't have any pre-existing medical conditions. In the UK, if you're on an average salary of, say, 37,430, then your national insurance contributions is around about 166 pounds per month. So we're going to account that for medical NHS costs for the UK. You can choose to take it off if you want to in your calculation if you're following this along. Now here's the big one, which is food. Food is going to be between maybe 1,000, 2,000 dirhams per month. In the UK, you're probably looking at between 150, 250. I think that might be a little conservative if I'm completely honest. It really depends on how much you eat, but we're using averages here, right? So when you tally up both of these things on the Dubai side, you're looking at average costs being somewhere between 8,600 dirhams a month and 13,360 dirhams a month. Whereas in the UK, you're looking at 1,691 pounds a month to 3,461 if you include national insurance contributions for your medical. And if you don't, 3,295 pounds a month. All right, so let's try and answer the main question. And the question is, how much do you need to be earning to make the 0% personal tax here in the UAE worthwhile? And if you're a couple or a single person, the answer to that is relatively simple. You need to be earning around about 50k plus. If you earn 50k plus here, based on everything we've gone through on this video, you can live pretty comfortably, live in a nice place, and you should be okay, considering or depending on whether or not you overspend on some of the additional stuff like entertainment, so on and so forth. But you'll be able to cover your basics relatively easily. Now, if you're a couple who's married with kids, then there is a significant jump. And in my estimation, you probably need to be earning 126k plus. And the reason for that is because of school fees. School fees are pretty expensive here. They can range anywhere between 20 to 70,000 dirhams per year per child. So if you have 2 or 3 children, maybe even 4, you can quickly see how that cost escalates very, very quickly. Not to mention with children, you're going to have to get a bigger house. You're going to have higher utility bills, higher food bills, and you're also going to have to pay for family medical insurance as well. At £126,000 in the UK, you lose your personal allowance. And what that basically means is that you go from being a 45% taxpayer potentially going up to circa 60%. So you will get the tax benefit moving here if you're earning at that level. And again, this isn't going to account for things like entertainment costs, so on and so forth. But I hope this is being useful just in terms of a very high level guide. I think that a lot of people talk about the fact that there is no income tax here, which is fantastic, but it will only benefit people who are earning pretty well. If you're on the average wage, you're going to struggle here. And that's because things can be expensive and are expensive, and there's lots of ways and means in which you can actually spend money. So having some financial control, and this is ironically the stuff that I talk about on the main channel, it's very important, even more so this part of the world, because you can spend a lot of money very, very quickly here. And I've seen it happen more times than I would like to admit in the UK, let alone here where there's so much to do. Hope you found this useful. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you haven't already joined the Telegram group, consider doing so. And I hope that I've been able to earn a subscribe if you're new here as well. Cheers.
Today I'ma wake up a new man, driving a new road, develop a new plan. I'll never be blue, man, whatever the view, man. Go to a new beach and get me a new tan. I'ma write down every single thought. Got goals on my wall, I win, I never fall. I've been gone for a minute, yeah, had to be free. You want it, I got it, so tell me what you need. I'm unchained, unfazed, and unwilling. It's a new day, new world, we all winning. I'm up late, up early, I gotta get it. Keep working, now we gotta make a million. Go get it, you got it, I see you. Go get it, you got it, I see you. Go get it, you got it, I see you. Go get it, you got it, I see you. Go get it, you got it, I see you. Go get it, you got it, I see you. I know you could do it. All you gotta do is put your mind to it. Wake up, I'm on to the next. New day, I gotta do my best. Every day I put the work in. The grind never stop, you ain't never see me rest. See me on top, I never fall. I speak my truth and turn it to law. Do it for the drive, you know it's really my passion. Never gonna stop me, really I'll make it happen. I gotta get up and grab it. The money want me to have it. What more could I say, I'm top billing. I grew from the dirt, guess I had to make a million. I grew up, I swear I rose from the valley. Every day I put the work in, I gotta keep a tally on beat. Pockets stay heavy, when you see me don't leave. Falling days in the streets, had homies in the struggle. Go get it, you got it, I see you. Go get it, you got it, I see you. Go get it, you got it, I see you. Go get it, you got it, I see you. Go get it, you got it, I see you. Go get it, you got it, I see you. I know you could do it. All you gotta do is put your mind to it.